Okay, sit yourself onto a lift. Just come into a good cross-leg position and just feel that you are sitting evenly. So that takes a little while. Don't just sit down and expect yourself to be level. Just have a moment where you really just go into the seat bones and observe. Because in yoga, activation, which is what we're here to do, only really truly happens when there is observation first. So our initial practice is really about trying to draw our attention into the physical body. So after sitting for a moment or two, observe, are you genuinely level at the seat bones? If you're not, then just adjust. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest and draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Look down at the floor, look at something that doesn't move. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and long, slow, deep, deliberate exhalations. Consciously filling your lungs from the bottom to the top, feeling the chest expand with the in-breath and relax with the out-breath. Consciously breathe evenly into both lungs, evenly out of both lungs. So again, observation first, leading to activation. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste, press the palms firmly together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows. The elbows into the heels of the hands, the heels of the hands into the fingertips, into the fingernails. And then with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Continue to focus on the breath, fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top, keeping the heart area elevating to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders drawing away from your ears. Consciously breathe into both lungs evenly and out of both lungs evenly. Observing the sound of the in-breath and the sound of the out-breath. Observing that the out-breath sounds subtly different to the sound of the in-breath. Observe that the in-breath feels different to the out-breath. Maybe the in-breath stimulates the hairs in the front of the nostrils. The out-breath sits at the back of the throat, at the back end of the nostrils. So the sound is different, the feeling is different. So when breathing is such an unconscious action, drawing our attention into the breath is a genuinely useful method of drawing our attention into the physical body. And when we practice our yoga, we don't just practice yoga to put the body in weird positions. It's not just physical exercise. It's an attempt to draw the body into unity with the breath and the body. The mind into unity with the breath with the mind. So we bring the mind together with the breath, together with the body. So the breath draws the mind into the physical body. Draw your consciousness beyond the action of the lungs into the tip toes, into the fingertips, into the skin from the face to the feet. With an out breath, draw your chin forwards and down to make contact with the chest, lifting the chest up to make contact with the chin. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom. Physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our practice as an intention. Release your head, allow your eyes to softly open, and then hold on to your knees. Hold on to your knees and lift the chest. Elevate heart area up to the ceiling. Consciously draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across and your ribs and your shoulders. Try not to turn your neck. Have the chin just looking directly forwards, but turn the shoulders and the ribs and the abdomen. Just observe how the body responds to the turn. What happens to the physical body as you turn it. Observe where there is resistance. Observe where there isn't. Where there's freedom within the body, and divide your attention between the resistance and the freedom. And then perhaps you observe that the perception of the initial resistance changes. come back to the centre. Hold on to your knees, lift up into the chest. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. Again, drawing your abdomen across your ribs and your shoulders, digging the back hand into the floor so that you stay on the front edge of the seat bones. Again, observing resistance, observing freedom, and finding that balance helps to perhaps change the perception of the initial resistance. And then come back to the centre. Come off your lift and then sit back on your heels. Sit back on your heels. Have the big toes together, the knees apart, and then press your shins into the shin skin. Press the shin bones into the shin skin so that the shins make really good contact with the floor, so that the thighs activate, so that you can elevate up into the heart area, and then keeping the heart area lifted, keeping the head lifted, come forwards. Press the palms into the floor. Keep wriggling into your hips. Don't be in a rush to bring your head down. Keep the front chest lifted. And then bring the forehead down onto the floor. If your head doesn't reach the floor, or if you lose contact between the seat bones and the heels when you bring your head down, then put a block underneath your head. Otherwise, just use the stickiness of the mat. Press the palms into the mat. Really press them down into the floor. Try and stretch the hands away. But at the same time, lengthen from the hands into the armpits, into the hips, so that the seat bones come down onto the heels. Again, observe if there is any resistance. Observe where there isn't. Maybe it feels fairly neutral. That's all observation. So we observe without judgment. We just observe and activate accordingly. If there's no resistance, then continue to extend. Continue to activate. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, feeling how this stretches out the back, the lower back especially, but the more you can almost move the upper arms away from your ears, the more you can also stretch into the upper back. Keep the arms straight, pushing back into the seat bones. Okay, come up onto your knees. Have your hands as wide apart as the mat. Have your feet as wide apart as the mat. And then come up into dog down. Svanasana. Be on the tiptoes. Try and draw the shoulder blades forwards towards the front chest. That only really happens if the seat bones are lifted, if the tailbone is trying to point up towards the ceiling. Keep the legs straight, tightened at the kneecaps. Focus on the kneecaps. Try and press the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Spend your time in the pose to observe if there is internal balance, if the action is internally balanced, or if one leg works more willingly than the other, one arm works more willingly than the other. Whether you will focus on the arms or on the legs, try and divide your attention and your focus and your action evenly throughout the body. Just spend some time inside the pose, observing and activating. And through that continual cycle of observation and activation, we develop sensitivity. Okay, step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position. And then have your feet as wide apart as your mat, have some blocks for your hands. Bring your feet as wide apart as your mat. Feel that the heels are touching the edge of the mat. Feel that the little toes are touching the edge of the mat. So have a quick look down, make sure that the toes are genuinely in line with each other. So feel the edge of the mat with your heels, with the little toes. Tighten your kneecaps, lift the heart area, wing the elbows back, hinge at the hips with straight legs, with a straight back. Keeping the head lifted. Reach down and find the blocks. So these limbering poses, we do them every time. Not just because we can't be bothered to think of other things to do. Sometimes we vary it, but it's that familiarity that is really valuable. So you've done these poses many times before. So the ability to draw your attention into the physical pose is heightened. If you do a new pose that you've never done before, your mind is all over the place because it's trying to concentrate on one instruction, and then we forget about the rest of the body. In these familiar poses, we can draw our attention into the pose. We can observe it through the feeling of the pose. If you can go down lower, then do, but not at the expense of losing that connection, that mental connection to the pose, that physical connection to the pose. Not at the extent of losing the physical extension. That's the most important. So when I'm teaching in the room with people, all the time I see people bending their knees, rounding the back, dropping their head to find the floor, and that's doing the pose with your ego. That's going further than your body is willing to go. And so they lose the extension, and then they're much more likely to hurt themselves because they're not really thinking, they're not feeling the pose. They just want to copy the one that they've seen on Instagram or do better than someone else in the room. But yoga isn't about that. Yoga is never about competition. It's always about the physical action. So keep those legs straight. Andrew, tighten the kneecaps. Lift the seat bones up towards the ceiling. Project the chin and the chest forwards. If you go down too low and you lose that extension, then go a bit higher. Just walk your hands forwards towards the end of the mat. Bring your hands shoulder width apart. Just place them really deliberately. Step the feet back. Have the feet hip width apart. Come back into dog down. Can you activate uttanasana within your svanasana? So activate your legs as you were doing. Activate the spine as you were doing in uttanasana or half uttanasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, feeling that evenness of action. Straight legs. Can you straighten your legs? Tighten the kneecaps. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Okay, and then step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position, and then come back up into Tadasana. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So lift the heart area up to the ceiling. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Tighten the kneecaps. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Feel your lungs from the bottom to the top. Empty them from the top to the bottom. Stretch your arms forwards, interlock the fingers, turn the palms all the way out, and then raise your arms over your head in baddangulyasana. Just look at something that doesn't move. Feel the body from the feet into the shins, into the knees, into the thighs, into the hips. Turning the fronts of the legs inwards, the backs of the legs outwards. Feel the hips into the spine, into the rib cage, into the breath, into the shoulders, keeping the shoulders down away from your ears, lengthening from the armpits into the elbows, into the wrists, into the palms. And then release, swap the interlock of the fingers, turn the palms all the way out, and then again raise your arms over your head. Squeeze the outer elbows in, push the palms up towards the ceiling. Just feel the pose in 3 dimensions, from the feet to the hands. Observe the physical body and activate it for evenness. Release your arms. Release the pose and then come back into Tadasana. Just listening to the sound of the breath. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump the feet apart for trikonasana. Turn the left toes in, the right leg and foot all the way out. Spread your toes. Turn the legs, but in the opposite way. Turn them out. And then reach down, find the shin. Don't try and find the foot straight away unless you can reach without dropping the pose. Just come into trikonasana looking up if you can. Breathing in and out through the nose. Turning those legs from the inside out, from the big toe side to the little toe side. The fronts of the thighs, you turn them outwards so that the backs of the thighs turn inwards. So do that with that right leg especially, but really activate that back leg. Push the back leg towards the wall behind you. Reach up, come back to the centre, keep your arms outstretched, swap the feet around, turn the right toes in, the left leg and foot all the way out. Again, turning the fronts of the thighs from the big toe to the little toe side. Come down nice and gently, nice and slowly, just observing the physical body as you go. Look up, breathing in and out through the nose if you can. reach up, come back to the centre, bring the feet parallel, and then step or jump your feet back together. Come back into Tadasana. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, just feeling how you've woken the body up. Stretch your arms out in front and then bring the palms down to face the front, face the floor. And then bring the left hand lower than the right hand. And then cross the hands so that the left hand is at the bottom, the right hand is on the top. And then reach all the way around. See if you can get hold of the shoulder blades. Bring the reach behind you as much as you can. Try and get the fingers to touch behind your back. Obviously you probably won't be able to do that. So there's two things we're doing here. We're kind of prizing apart the shoulder blades, but we're also lifting the heart area. So hopefully your right elbow has overshot the left one. So your right elbow, bring that arm up. So the bottom elbow, raise it up. So you still kind of catch the top elbow. And then straighten out that other elbow. Turn the palms to face each other, and then bring the palms to face each other. So some people, I can't bring the whole of the hand together. Some people can just get hold of the thumb. Some people need a belt around the thumb and they hold on to that. Otherwise, get the palms as close together as you can. And then lengthen from the shoulders into the elbows. Draw the forearms away from the face and lengthen the hands up towards the ceiling. So it's the arms of garudasana. Garudasana is the eagle pose. And then gently release. Come back into Tadasana and just feel how open the shoulders feel. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So stretch the arms forwards. This time the right hand below the left hand. Bring the hands, bring them into the middle, and then keep going. So this time the right arm is at the bottom. I think I said that the wrong way around earlier on. So just keep creeping the hands towards each other, the fingers towards each other, so that the elbows overshoot. The bottom elbow, raise it up. Keep catching the other elbow, kind of in the crease of the elbow. Straighten the other elbow, turn the palm to the ceiling, bring the palms to face each other. And then lengthen the hands up towards the ceiling, draw the forearms away from the face. Just be in Tadasana with the legs. So lengthening the hands up to the ceiling, drawing the forearms away from the face. Just pressing the palms firmly together. So in a moment we're going to do this pose fully, but then we're going to do it as a balance. So that really relies on the hands pressing firmly together. So press the hands firmly together. Feel how that opens the shoulders a little. And then uncoil and release, lift up into the chest. Elevate the heart area to the ceiling. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So the pose also works with the legs. Now you might want, this is a balance, so you might want to be close to a wall for this. So if you're going to be close to the wall, then you have your feet away from the wall a little, and then you slide yourself down, and then you kind of do all the rest of the pose with just with your back against the wall. If you're doing it in the middle of the room, then just bend your knees initially, and then lift up the right leg. Lift the right leg high. Get hold of that right leg with the left hand and then sweep from the crease of your shorts across, keeping that standing leg bent, and then tuck the toes behind the foot. So this top leg becomes the bottom arm, so swing the arms So the right arm is at the bottom. Press the palms firmly together. Lift out of the hips up into the chest. If you lose the foot, then don't worry, but just keep the legs there. Lifting the hands to the ceiling, drawing the forearms away from the face. Okay, and then uncoil, and then come back to the centre. Just let your energy resettle. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Okay, we'll do the other side. So just bend your knees and then bring the left knee high. Sweep it across so try and overshoot the legs and then bring the foot behind the knee. Now I don't do this very well, but if you can, try and get that foot all the way behind the back. So this top leg is the bottom arm, so swing the arms across and then lengthen the arms to the ceiling, lengthen the hands to the ceiling, drawing the forearms away from the face. Keep those legs crossing, lifting up towards the ceiling. Keep the standing leg bent. The more you push the hands together, the better the balance becomes. So as you can see, I've lost my foot behind the leg, but I'm still trying to get that left leg to sweep across the knees across. Okay, and then uncoil, and then just be in Tadasana. Just observe the energy around the shoulders and around the hips. Just listening to the breath. Focusing on deep inhalations and exhalations. Feeling that balance brings balance into the head. Okay, and then come down onto your knees. Have your hands shoulder width apart. Step back, have your feet hip width apart, and then push yourself up into svanasana. Just observe how maybe this feels different in the hips and different in the shoulders. Just drawing your attention inwards. Pressing the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Keeping the breath soft and deep. Okay, come down onto your knees, sit back on your heels for a moment and just observe your energy. Observe how you've really lifted your energy. You've given yourself this sensation of physical well-being from the face to the feet. Just listen to the breath. Observe how your energy has changed. Okay, come onto your front. We're just going to do bhekasana. So come onto your elbows and lift the chest. Lift the abdomen forwards. Lift the chest forwards. Lift the head. Have the feet together at this stage and lift up into the chest. So we're doing the little crocodile back bend. And then you're going to bend up the right leg. Try and keep the knees relatively close together. Get hold of the foot, and then you're going to draw the foot, but it's not out to the side. You're going to draw the inner heel along the outside of the hip. So push that down. Feel that stretch in the quad. If you can, you turn the fingers forwards, pushing the heel of the hand into the top of the foot, and trying to draw the foot down to the floor, but do it with sensitivity. Keep the knees kind of in line with each other. Keep the inner heel drawing alongside the outer hip. Keep the chest lifted, keep the head lifted. And then release. Just bring the feet together, lift up into the chest, and then bend the left leg, get hold of the foot and bring it down towards the floor. So you get that really nice stretch along the quads, or along the quad. Turn the hand all the way around if you can, elbow up to the ceiling, and then push that foot down alongside the outside of the thigh. Keep the head lifted, keep the chest lifted. Try not to twist the spine. Keep the head looking the chest looking forwards. Okay, and then gently release. Just make a pillow with your hands, one on top of the other, and then rest your forehead down onto the floor. Just let the body relax into the ground. Okay, and then just push yourself up into a seated position, just sitting back on your heels, big toes together, knees apart. And then come forward into Adho Mukha Virasana, just stretching out the back. So just reversing the bend on the back from the previous pose. Stretching your arms away. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. And then push yourself up into a seated position. And then come into cross legs. Just sit directly on the floor, or use a lift if you need to. If you kind of drop in the chest when you sit directly on the floor, then sit on a lift. Just hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. Drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Just observe how your body has changed from how we began. Take a deep inhalation, and then with the exhalation, turn to the right, digging the back hand into the floor. Feeling that you maintain levelness at the hips. Drawing the abdomen across and the ribs and the shoulders. And then come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees. Lift up into the chest and then turn to the left. Just drawing your abdomen across your ribs and your shoulders. Observing whether the resistance is different now than it was earlier. And then very gently come back to the centre. Come down onto your back and just come into supta bhekasana. Soles of the feet together, knees apart, and then guide yourself down onto the floor. If there's stiffness in your hips, then you can put blocks underneath the thighs. Otherwise, just let gravity draw you down into the floor. Just let gravity align the body. Listen to the sound of the breath, the sound of the inhalation and the exhalation. Raise your arms up to the ceiling. Hook the thumbs together like you're doing a little butterfly silhouette. And then stretch your arms along the floor. Lengthen the arms along the floor. Try and splay the fingers apart. Keep the thumbs hooked together. Feel how this gives you space in the armpits. The armpits are effectively the home of the immune system. So we give the area space. Swap the hook of the thumbs, keep spreading the fingers, keep splaying the palms, spreading the fingers. Okay, release your hands down towards the floor. Just rest your hands on your lower ribs. Just rest into the pose. And then get a folded blanket for your head. Just make sure that the blanket is folded evenly. Blanket underneath the back of the neck and the head. Just move the equipment out of the way. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then just come up onto your elbows. Make sure you're in a really good straight line right down the centre of your mat. And then just guide yourself down onto the floor, just releasing into the ground. Let the muscles relax. Unhook the muscles from the arms and the legs. Unhook the muscles from the bones. Just allow the physical body to become heavy on the floor. Just allow the body to become heavy on the floor. Feel that the bones radiate positive lightness. That positive energy radiates from the bones, filling the muscles. Filling the organs. Including the flesh and the skin, letting that feeling of energetic lightness radiate through to the core of the physical body. Ready, gently wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Bring your hands into Namaste. Draw your breath in through your nose, down into the abdomen. And be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. So we began with the idea of drawing the mind into the body, into the breath. Feel the physical lightness you have released through your practice. And then draw your chin forwards and down to make contact with the chest. Just spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created around the heart area. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. Gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees. Palms facing upwards, bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb. Gesture of wisdom physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our day as an intention. And then gently raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel kind of physically changed, you feel full of good lightness and good positive energy, and you've got lots of good energy to put into your day.